What's up guys, Bajheera here. So this is gonna be a video that I've been wanting to make for a little while. This is gonna be going over my diet about 8.5 weeks out from my first competition of 2023, the California Musclemania Championships, where we competing in classic physique. Should be a lot of fun. I've been wanting to record this for a while. I'm just usually really hungry after my workout and I just want to make my food and eat. And I still am really hungry after my workout. I just want to make my food and eat, but I am going to go over the basics. So this setup right here is going to be the three meals that I eat for the day. They're all pretty much the same thing. And that puts me at about 2,500 calories, 270 grams of carbs, 60 grams of fat, and about 210 grams of protein, give or take. So first things first, I'm actually gonna be making my food here too, so bear with me. Guys, you've probably watched my fat loss video before. You need a food scale. You need to get one. Put your food on the food scale, measure it out, track it. I still use my FitnessPal, but I am gonna be trying out the RP Strength diet app, because we're already using the hypertrophy strength training app, so we're gonna try the diet app. All three of my meals, again, are the same thing, so I'm just gonna show you one of them. I got good old oats. These are old-fashioned 100% whole grain oats. They're the whole oats. I like that the best. I use, right now, 80 grams of oats per meal, and that's dry. The main thing that will happen as I bring my calories down is I will just subtract oats. I will just be bringing the oats down. So the vegetables that I'm gonna eat, I'll show you, and probably the amount of fat that I'm eating, I'll show you. Well, and the protein that I eat, that I'll show you, are probably not gonna change much. What will probably most likely change is that the oats will just come down, and eventually I could replace oats entirely with something like green beans if I really need to do that. But I put just enough water for it to be like right over there, and then I chuck this in the microwave for 3.5 minutes. Boom. Really easy to make. It's like easier to make than rice. I like rice a lot, but rice digests a little fast and it makes me a little hungry, compared to oatmeal, which digests a little more slowly. So another thing that you guys are gonna want is a pair of poultry shears. They're like kitchen scissors. And then of course I got a big old bucket of chicken. So I make chicken a bunch at a time, about as much as can fit on a big baking like cookie sheet thing. I do, like these are massive, like huge chickens. Like this is half of one. Gigantic chicken breast. I still like the marinated kind. This is like some kind of like Southwestern Chipotle marinade, and I feel like this is adding calories to me because I think it's I mean, obviously any like marinade is going to add calories, which I don't really track on their own because it evens out. But if you eat the same thing every day and you aren't losing weight, you're going to have to subtract calories. That's just how it works. So I just let the marinade be tasty and good, but I think this one is more fat-based than the barbecue marinade that I also enjoy, which is probably more like going to have a little bit of carbohydrate from sugar in there. And I can tell, I think there's more calories in it because I've been feeling better. And my weight has actually gone up. And it makes no sense for me to actually be gaining weight just because of the calories in a marinade, but I can tell that I'm like feeling better. I have better pumps in the gym. So there's probably some extra calories coming in here and I may have to adjust that. But adding fat is fine. I'm not gonna subtract protein. So if I need to reduce calories, I will just do so by bringing my oatmeal down like I mentioned. I'm doing 8 ounces of chicken per meal. Oh, and by the way, how I cook this is, I'm not a great cook, but Jenny has helped me learn how to just cook a bunch of food. So what I do with the chicken is I put a bunch of it on a thing. I'll show you. One of these guys. I just put as much chicken as can fit on this, preheat the oven to 400 degrees, and those gigantic chickens I'll cook for like, I mean, like I cut up that thing, I cut 8 ounces off of it, and I still have like a big hunk of it, so those are huge. I am 100% lifetime natural, drug-free. I do not think those chickens are 100% lifetime. They got some roids in them for sure, but it is what it is. Anyway, I preheat the oven to 400, and I cook those giant chickens for like 50 minutes. And they still end up very like fully cooked through. They're not dry, they're good. So the main thing I would say if you want to cook chicken is just buy, if you can from your grocery store, buy the ones from the deli that are already like pre-marinated and just sort of solve for the calories. Let me rinse my hand off real quick. But that's what I do. And of course, if your chickens are not gigantic, you might want to cook them for not as long, and you can experiment. You know, like you can get in there and check them, and how I check them is usually I'll just grab these poultry shears and I'll just cut one of them open when I take it out, and if it looks good inside, then it's good to go. So then it's 8 ounces of chicken per meal. Got the chicken in the Tupperware. Once that's done microwaving, we'll chuck that in there. And then my veggies, my favorite form of veggies right now is just a big salad. So I get like these pre-packaged salads. They're not the least expensive, but they are my favorite. And we're balling like that. So we can buy pre-bagged salads. We're balling like that. Now, one thing that's kind of annoying, and I do feel a little bit bad about, is the fact that these salads do come with like their own little dressing, and they come with like sesame seeds and bacon, and I just throw that shit out. If I wasn't in a deficit, if I wasn't dieting right now, I might have the sesame seeds because I like those, but I barely notice them. They don't really change much from my diet. Like they don't like help my hunger, and it's like it's easy to shave off like 150 calories from just not eating that. Because I would rather have, if I'm gonna have calories, I'd rather have fat calories from 1 serving of ranch. This is my favorite kind of ranch. Good old canola oil ranch. I'm not bothered by vegetable oils and stuff. It's not a problem. I put 30 grams of that on there just for a little bit of flavor, a little bit of moisture. We could shave this. I could do like 20 grams. I could do 15 grams. I could shave that down over time if necessary. But again, I think that's pretty much the only place where my fat calories are coming from in this diet that I'm currently doing, except for this tasty Southwestern marinade that's on this chicken now that I think is adding calories and making me feel really full and good. I'm like, I'm not suffering enough, something's wrong. But I haven't really been suffering at 2,500 calories anyway, which again makes me think that I probably could be dropping the calories a little bit, but I'm trying to not drop my calories too quickly because we're still, you know, almost 9 weeks out, 8.5 weeks out, and I would rather continue to be able to train hard and feel good in the gym and kind of keep the muscle mass that we've been working on than coming in too lean too soon and dieting harder than I need to and losing muscle mass, because I think I've done that before and I think I've stayed pretty lean for a long time before, and now I'm just trying to do it a little bit differently this time. Plus, if at any point we need to diet a little harder and lose like 2 pounds a week instead of 1 pound a week, I have that available to me, and that is not going to be too hard because again, we just shave oatmeal and that's fine. I also, another secret OP thing is grape tomatoes. I love these. I'll put these in the salad. I'll do like 168 grams, 170 grams of these. Those are very, very tasty. And the salad is like 250 grams, and I just like it's cabbage, so like mostly cabbage. So I just say 250 grams of cabbage, which is like 120 calories maybe or something like that. But yeah, another really OP ingredient for dieting is green beans, and you can cook them fresh, but you can also just find like frozen green beans. Like an entire frozen thing of green beans like this is like 120 calories. It's like the amount of calories of 1 slice of bread, but you get an entire bowl of green beans. So green beans are pretty OP for your diet, and that's really it. I'll put some salt on my oatmeal. I think I brought the salt over. Yeah, I'll put just like a little bit of salt on the oatmeal for some flavor, and that puts this whole meal at around 800 calories. It might not fully reach 800 calories, but it's around that. And then there's like some wiggle room, right? Like I have wiggle room for like the marinade, right? There's a little bit of wiggle room for like, you know, like adding 32 grams of dressing instead of 30, or having 83 grams of oatmeal instead of 80, or having 8.5 ounces of chicken instead of whatever. So there's wiggle room, so I call it 2,500 calories. But again, even if you had no idea how many calories you were actually eating, if you at least assigned them a value and then adjusted from there, you would actually be fine too. So that's what I eat. I eat 3 meals a day of salad with dressing and grape tomatoes. Currently 80 grams of dry oatmeal with a little bit of salt, and then 8 ounces of chicken with marinade on it. That's 3 meals a day. I eat after my workout, I eat after my daytime stream, and then I eat after I do my nighttime stream with walking and stuff. So I do like, you know, it sounds ridiculous, but it's like 6 hours of exercise a day. So I do like 2.5 hours, 3 hours in the gym in the morning, or maybe it's like 2.5 hours in the gym, and then I do like 3.5 hours of walking at night. So it's a fair amount of activity, but I really enjoy it that way, and it lets me kind of keep my food in. But when I shave calories, it'll be shaving off, I'll go like down to 60 grams of oatmeal per meal, then maybe 40 grams of oatmeal per meal. And then once we start going below 40 grams of oatmeal per meal, I'm probably just gonna have green beans instead, because it's just not even worth it. But I don't think we're gonna need to do that for a while, because even just dropping my calories to 60 grams of dry oatmeal per meal is gonna bring me down to like 2,200 calories, and I don't think I need to go a whole lot lower than that for a while. But if we do, then we can, and we'll handle it. But anyway, that's what I eat, 3 meals of that per day right now. I don't really need a lot of variety. I find meals that I like and I stick to it, and I just say, you don't have to think about it, just eat your food. You know you're gonna like it, you know you're gonna feel good afterwards, and you know you're gonna be on your plan, and that just makes the whole dieting process easier for me. You don't have to do it that way if you don't want to, but I thought you guys might be interested in what I'm doing with my food right now. That is it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys show the video some love. Make sure you subscribe to my main channel, Bajheera Wow. Make sure you subscribe to my fitness channel, Bajheera Gains. And we'll see you guys both on the stream for the games and gains, and of course in more games and gains content on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the love. See you guys next time. Peace.